So for the revision, I think we have come to its end. Then tomorrow we are looking at the sleeves of this. So now we are going to draw our denim jacket. This was the sample of the denim jacket that we were drafting, isn't it? So now we want to use real measurements, of which we said the measurements that are needed for this jacket, you will only need the denim full length, hemband is just optional. That's the denim full length, the chest line, as well as the XB of your denim. So after you've determined this, now this is your pattern book. This is our pattern book, or pattern paper. So the first thing that we have to do is first of all determine one straight line, on a straight line on one side of your paper. That means assuming this is our paper should be longer than the measurements that we have. So that means I'll just use this one. Then how long is our denim? 23 inches. So that means I'll just make 23 inches. Then this line is running below 270. Should run 270 degrees down. I click. Let me give it weight to 5, then to 6. So that one. So that is it. That's our denim jacket's length. Then also we draw one vertical line on one side of your pattern paper. It doesn't matter, as long as you hold the shift button, it will enable to give you the straight line. So these are the two must lines whenever you're starting any project, whether you're cutting it on fabric or you're cutting it directly, or you're first cutting it on a pattern paper. So for purposes of clarity, we are going to label this part as point A. This is point A. This is our point A. Are we doing revision at the same time? Then where our denim jacket ends is our point B. So this one is point B. Automatically at point B, this is our hem allowance. So this is our hem allowance line. So we create hemline, actually not hem allowance, it is a hemline. So we create a line like that. Then that is point B. The next point that we are going to do is which one? Now we are going to determine point C, isn't it? That's the hemband. So for the hemband, we said we go with how many? 1.75. So this is our 1.75 is around here. That car red is our 1.5. So we mark it. This point is our 1.5 inches, and we label this one also point C, like this. So still we draw, we square a straight line, hold the shift, then it gives us our hemband line. So the next step that we are going to do is, what is the next step according to your notes? According to your notes, I'm going to insert the neck measurements, isn't it? So for the neck, you come back to this cap position here. We are inserting our neck divided by 12. So the neck position for this pattern, we were using how many? We were using how many inches of the chest? 36 divided by 12 is 3, which is here. We go together, which is there. So, and we label this point what? We are first of all on the back. Is that the back? Point E. So we label this point E. So after getting this point E, we go ahead and do what? We now determine the depth, which is 1 inch. That's from E to E1. So that means E to E1 is 1 inch. So that means this point here we are marking it E1 here, which is 1 inch above, and we still square up this straight line. We still square up that line. Then you said we label this E1. So this is our E1 point. That's a back neck depth, isn't it? And then we went ahead and determined the shoulders. So the shoulders is 15, giving us 7.5 plus the 0.5 inches that we are adding is for seam allowance. So this is giving us 8 inches. So that is our point. Then we label this point what? Point F. So that's our point F. So I want to show you how it comes in real measurements. So this is our point F. Then now from point F still we go ahead and drop our shoulders by 0. What? By 0.5. So we mark our 0.5 inches somewhere here. Then we drop the shoulders. Still we draw this curl line. We give it weight. Then now after all this, what do? We have to join E1 to impose. This one must be labeled. This point is supposed to be labeled F1. Let's give it weight first. Then after we label this point F1. What are we drafting? We are drafting our denim jacket. We are doing the draft of the denim jacket. So now once we are done with that, we have determined F1. That means we are going now to determine across across back, isn't it? So across back we said we move 0.5 inches from F1 to this. I hope the revision is coming well. So let me see if I can visualize it like that. So 0.5. So that means our 0.5 inches is around there. We labeled it this F2. Then this car across the back point is the one that we are supposed to square A. We have gone to the neck, no problem. This is like eating a hen. This is like eating a hen. Eating a hen, it doesn't matter where do you begin from. Should you begin from the head, from the legs, from the soup, from the skin? So now let us first pause here so that we get our chest line. So to get the chest line, we said it is your chest measurements divided by 4, which is from starting point A. We are marking downwards our chest measurements divided by 4. The chest measurement is 36. When we divide it by 4, giving us 9 inches. So this is our chest line. Actually, we had forgotten, and you also didn't remind me that we have not done that. So that is the line. Is there another line which is missing? So all the lines are done. So we go back to our point F3, which is across the back that we moved from here to here, 0.5 inches. We now square it down all the way to the chest line like this. And let us give it also the weight of the stroke. The stroke must have weight in that format. So once we are done with that, the next thing that we are going to do is to do what? Is to do what? To get the chest line. I mean to insert the chest measurements to the chest line, isn't it? So for the chest measurements, we are going to get chest measurement divided by 4, which is 9. Which is 9 plus 1, giving us what? 10. 10. So the 10 inches, we mark it here. Those are our 10 inches. Suppose did we label this? So at this point, we label this point F3. So this is our F3 at the intersection F3. This is D, D. This we label this point D. Then this one, it is D to here, which is D1, is your chest measurements. Divide by 4 plus 1. So I think there we are at par. So now the next step is we divide this distance, isn't it? F3 to F2 by 2, which is what? Which is how many is this? 8.6, 8.75, let us say that. So let us get the calculator. So 8.75 divided by 2, giving us 4.35. So 4.35, where is it? 4.35 is around here. 4.35 is around here. So that means our 4.35 is there at that corner. Then we label this corner F what? F4. This is our F4. So now after you have determined point F what? F4, we connect this F1, F4 like this. Then from F4 to D1 in a curved format like this. Backward, back armhole. So the back armhole is already created. Let me give it another color. So that is it. So now after here, what we do? We square these measurements down to the hemline. So these measurements that we have here, which is the chest divided by 4 plus 1, we are squaring it down, which is CD, we are squaring it down, which is the same as 10 inches. So we square it down all the way up to the hemline. So this one, we just give it weight in this format. So from there now, next step, what was the next step? The next step is to do what? B1 to B2. We shape it. So B1 to B2. So that means I have to prolong this line all the way to the hemline. So this one qualifies to be B1 then this one becomes C1, this line. So now from B1 to B2 is 0.75. So that means it is around 0.75 is around here. It is there, 0.75. Now we recreate our side seam in this format. We don't even need to go up to down. We just have to end it somewhere here like that, and we give it weight in that format. So that's the shaping line that we have created. So that means we now head over back to where? To this line, to get the yoke. Is it to get the yoke or to widen our neck before we get the yoke? Am I right? We are going to widen our neck. So that means from here, from point E, we are going to mark 2 point 0.5 here, which is this point, not too far. Then from down we widen it by, are we widening it from down? By 0.25. So 0.25 is around here. So the neck is already widened. So now we connect it, this to this point. In this format. Let us give it red because it is our red, is our line. So that's the cutting line that we are having. So once we are done with that, now we are inserting what? The yoke. So that means from A, we are measuring downwards the yoke 4.5. So 4.5 is around here. It's around here. Then we connect it to. So this point, you remind me, this point we label it A what? A? We don't have A1. So A1 is this, is that one. A2 is for the front. So this is A1. So this is A1. Then this one is now, this point is E3. This one is E3. Then this one is A2. Then you square this line and you connect it back to the what? To point F what? F. Let us dash this one. So that's the yoke of our back. So now after we have got the yoke of our back, what next is to get the midpoint of this. So the midpoint of this is, it is 9.25. So 9.25 divided by 2 gives us 4.6. So our 4.6 is around here. So let us mark it. Our 4.6 is around here, isn't it? Then now we connect from up. Which point do we label this? We label this point what? F, C, 3. So this point C, the red one is C2. So red is C2. That is our new side seam. So that means from C to C2, we divide it into 2. Then the midpoint is here. Then now we go back to the hem, I mean to the yoke area. Then we did what? We marked how many? 3.5. So the 3.5 is around here. So this is our 3.5. Then now we connect this to here. Then approximately we have to create these dotted lines. So are we moving? Okay, since we are moving, that's great. So now we come back to point C here. This is where we came back. So from point C we are going to move outwards 0.5. Of course now here we are shaping what? We are shaping our dart. So that means we are shaping it by 1 inch. So this side we mark 0.5. On this side also 0.5. That gives us 1 inch. Then now after that we do what? We create the dart legs. We create the dart legs by connecting this point and this point. Then also from here to here. So these lines of ours, they are cutting lines. Those are lines that are supposed to be what? Cut. Even this one, it is a line that is supposed to be what? cut here. Let me put it also in red, so that you know that those are lines that are supposed to be cut. So as far as the back, we just have to rename. Here is point what? F5. 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 Then this is C3. Then this side, this one is C4. This side is C5. C5. So is there a question there? No question. So we are done with the back. Okay. Now, of course, you know, when we are cutting, we cut here, and this line here now also we are not concentrating on it. So that means so this line is if I leave it like that, then just reduce on the shape. Let us just put it on a dotted format so that we know where we end. So the back is done. So add allowances. Of course, you have to add this side 1 inch sewing allowance. You add 1 inch sewing allowance. Then we go to the shoulders. You also add the allowance of a ½ inch. Then on this side you add 0.25 inches. But around the this armhole area, we don't add, because we already added when we were dividing our XB by 2. Then we added 0.5 inches for that one. So the next thing that we are going to do is just to trace this exactly. We're just going to trace this to develop the front. We don't need to stretch too much as if we are drawing another one. So just I'm going to trace this very one. The back part is here. So the adjustments that we are going to do are going to be, we're going to remove the darts. We're going to remove the shoulders, the armhole. We're going to remove the neck. We're going to remove the yoke. So those are the parts that we are removing. So let us just rebuild it afresh. So we are rebuilding it afresh. So this is our front. So that means from D to D1 is the same, and even from below is the same. The only changes that we are going to do is on the upper side of our torso. Yes, of our bodies. So now the first thing is working on the neck. So the neck, still we said from A to what? A to E is 3 inches. So that is our point. Label this point 3 inches, and I think this is where emphasis is supposed to be put. So this is 3 inches. Then next is A to H. What is that? Neck what? Neck depth. So A to H, the neck depth is what? 3.5. So our 3.5 is here, isn't it? Then this point we labeled it what? H. Point H. Then after, let's help myself by doing this. So that's our neck. So at the shoulders, we are measuring, it's the same as XB divided by 2 plus 0.5 inches, isn't it? so giving us 8 inches. Then we do what? We labeled this F. F, isn't it? This point F. This is point F. So F to G, it is what one? 1.5. 1.5, which is here. This is 1.5. This is so you say we trace from the shoulders, so that means from E3 to F1, which is this. This is what we are tracing from here to F1. This one, let us give it weight. So that is the point we are going to trace. So that means we are just going to carry it to our what? We are going just to trace it like this. That's the trace we were meaning, okay? Then this one becomes what? Which point was this? This one is G. So this is G. Then this one now becomes G what? G1. So this point here, exactly here, G1. Very good, we are mastering it, all of us. Now we are learning. I learn as you learn. So, next is to determine across the front. Across the front. You're forgetting that one. So to determine across the front, you come at point G here. Here. Then let us create some thing here. We are determining across the front by what? By 0.5, sindio? 0.75. So this is our 0.75 inches. 0.75 inches. Let me return it back to normal. Then this point we labeled it point G what? G2. G2. I'll come back up to 20. So this is point G2. This is G1. Then now we square what? This point G2. We are squaring it to the hemline. I mean to the chest line. So in this format. So that is our front arm line what? Rise. Are we moving or we are not moving? So that's our front arm line rise. Then now after that, what did we do? Connecting G1 to H, a G1 to H in a curvy way, so that we create our front neckline like this. Just something like that, just like that. Then this one goes out. slightly like that. So don't forget this point of ours is G what? Is H. So once we are done with the connections, the next thing was to do what? To determine the which point was this? This one? This is G3. So G3 will be 60. So now from point G3 to G what?
G4
by 16. So the chest is 36. When we divide it by 16, giving us 2.25. So our 2.25 is here. So we mark it here and we label this as point what? G4. Yes, karibu. G4. This is point G4. Then from point G4, we still mark upwards 2.25 inches like this to get point G5. So this is our point G5. This is point G5. Then after that, after getting these points, what did we do? We now connect point G. Just connect point G to G5, from G5 to G4, and G5 to D1 in this honorable format. This. So we just make you don't want a fill, let it be like that. So in that format, now the thing is to determine what? The yoke. This is where things came wrong. So from the yoke, we marked here from H below is what? 2.5 inches, which is this 2.5 inches, which is that. Then from here we mark 2.5. Isn't that our 2.5? Slightly above what? Because this one is down. Slightly above what? Around above this. So that means our yoke is around here. Okay, so it's just 0.25 inches away from the original one. Then now we do what? We connect this to this, isn't it? Now when we connect it, this like this, it gives us that car shape. It gives us this car shape. Let us give it weight so that we get to see it. So that is it. What it does, that's what it gives us. So that's the concern. So yes, this concern, you're very, very right to get it. But once you stitch this, you see the drop. This can drop from here. This can drop from here up to here. When you join it with the other one, automatically it will come straight. Our bodies, they are not in that format. That's why you find even the pockets, when we are cutting the pockets, we don't cut them straight. We don't cut them straight. So when you try, because this is a design, these are designs. So once you have, the most important thing is knowing how to cut something. So now once you see this design is not fine for you, or is not matching with the fabric that you're doing, you do what? You make adjustments. You make what? Adjustments. You can say, let me divide this by 2 like the way we did the back. So then you put it, or you just say, let me bring it around here. So designing has no what? Has no problem. But this is the basic format of doing what? Of doing it. But I want us to do exactly this one. Then we see how does it appear in what? In the dress. So once we are done with this, we labeled this what? This is H2, H2, H1. This is H1. Then this side from G3 to H2. So this is H2. Let us not confuse them. So this is our H2 in that format. So now then next we did what? We measured bust divided by, apex to apex divide by 4. Divide by 2 was 4. That means it was this plus 0.5 inches, isn't it? Did we mention something like that? So giving us 4.5. So 4.5 inches is here. 4.5 inches is here. Our bust is what? Our bust is 8 inches. So when we divide it by 4, our apex to apex 8, giving us 4 inches. So now this color in here, we still connect it. This one remains like the way it was. Yes, this one's C4, C what remains as it is. So now we have to just only create a line. It's not the same. What did we do? C4?
C4? It's now written J.
But this color in first, this one.
That one remains like
it remains like that. Yes, it remains like that. Yes, it is in that format. So that means these lines go away. Then and even C3 goes away. So to get this midpoint, to get this point, we have divide C to C2. So the midpoint is this. This is where we connect it with the bust. Apex divide by 2 plus 0.5. So giving us the answer, and then now we do what? We connect it in this format. Connecting is matatizo. Watapata shida sasa. So now this one is this now. So now this one we have already created the point I. We have created point I. This is point I. Then down point J. So the question was at J we are moving inwards. What? Not 0.02.
It's 1 inch.
1 inch.
Away.
That one now you've remembered. So now here we get 1 inch here. So that means on this side we are marking 1 inch. Then here also 1 inch. So that means the total is 2 inches. But now we label them as J1 and J2. Then when we go back to the chest, to the yoke, this line, we are going to mark this side 2 inches. 2.25? 2.25, yes. 2.25 here. .25 here. So even on this side we are marking the same 2.25 around there. Then now we connect what? This with this in this format. We connect this and this. In that format. Was it 2.25? Let us see shaping the yoke. That is 2.5. Uh, 2.25. Yeah, 2.25, 1 inch the other side. So these are the lines that we were talking about, and these are the shaping lines. So let us put them in that format. Then this one, we put it in this format. But if you see that they are fishing a lot, you either, instead of making 2.25, you make like, because 2.25 depends on the size of the chest of the person. So you may find 2.25 is too much. So that means you have to, but even 2.25 has no problem. I see it is fine. So now from here, we went ahead and did what? Shaping the what? Shaping this. So that means here, the bust, the chest, I mean the upper, the bust line. So for the bust line, we said it's what? 10 inches. So this is the point of the what? Of the bust, which is 10 inches is here. Then you come down by 1 inch to determine the apex point. This is 1, that's the dot. So now we here we have labeled here point what? K. This is point K. So this is K. Then this one is K1. Okay, there we go. So next is to do what? To determine the what? Let us draw the scar line first so that it goes up to here. So now the next thing is still we come to this point here, isn't it? To this point. We now go out by 0.25, 0.025, which is here. 0.025 is here. That means it's around here. So it is too big. Don't mind about our markings because the notes themselves are too big. Then also on this side we mark outwards 0.025, which is, let me just copy this one, which is around here. Then afterwards we do what? We recreate our that legs in this format. That also from here also to here, and these lines, these are the lines to be chopped. These are what? Lines to be chopped. Then all the way to up. Okay, so that means, let me even make this one to be a chopped line. So here you're doing revision. I wish we could even do the revision of your trouser. So this one and these ones, they are lines to be what? To be chopped like that. So the red lines, where the red lines are, that's the chopping line. So it will match with our front. So so this one we labeled this point. Which point is this? We did not label it. Did we label this? It is not labeled. So you have to know that I'm supposed to shape it like that. So you can even go beyond by shaping more than that. So now that's where we ended. So this was G what? This was I1. 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 Use it from this side. This is I1, then this is I. Boom. So did we look at the pocket or we did not look at the pocket? We didn't look at the pocket. So let us get this chance to look at the pocket. So once we are done with this, the next thing, first of all, before we look at the pocket, is to trace out our hemband. So the hemband, the distance that you're supposed to measure, it is always on fold. You measure this one, which is in here, from here to here is what? This distance. This one is 4 inches. Then now you come and measure from here up to here, which is 4 inches. That means my 4 inches end here. So giving us 8 inches. Are we 8.125? So 8.125, which other panel do we have? Do we still have a panel? No, there is no panel. So 8.125. So we go to the front. So to the front also, we copy 8.125. 8.125 is around here. So this is 11.25. 11.25. 11.25. When we get this one of the 11.25, this one. Okay. So from here up to here is 13.25. So 13.25, how many panels do we have? 13.25, which is here, giving us 16. Giving us 16.5. So that means our hemband is going to be 16.25, which is this. So this 16.5, not 16.25, by what was our waistband? The waistband height was 1.75. 1.75. Boom. So this is our waistband. So this is our waistband. So that means one side of the waistband must be on fold. One side must be on fold. So possibly this side. When you see that, automatically you know its meaning is cut me when I'm on fold. On fold. So this is our our waistband. So we go back to the pocket. So to the pocket, you come at this side, on this side. From here you mark your pocket, you come here, you mark 2.5 here. From this car line, you mark 2.5 inches. This one is too much exaggerated, that's why I was not using exactly the exact measurements. So 2.5, which is around here. Let me remove these points here because they are disturbing, they are confusing. So which is around here, that is 2.5 inches. Then for this side also you mark from here, from GI outwards, still you mark 2.5 here, like this. Like this. And this one, it's not a must that you have to do it. You have to go out like that. If you see it is overstretching, you don't need the bigger pocket. The pockets must be small. So that means you can decide to make this one. If you do this shaping, the downer shaping 1 inch, you can come this one by 1.75, or you can make all of them the same lines. You can do them on the same line. It has no problem. So you can do it. So and then the line, the pocket is this. Then now from this pocket you're going to go 1 inch down. So here let us just use a tape measure, 1 inch down. Then from here also you're going to go 1 inch down from that side, like that. Then in the middle you have to go that's a pocket flap, that's the pocket flap. Then here you're going to go 1.5 inch down, 1.5 inches down. So if I click here, 1.5 inches down, like that. Then now you do what? You connect this and this. Then now this one you remove it if it is not necessary, or if you're creating a designer button, you still do what? You will be with it. So this one is our pocket. We're now handling the pocket. So that means, let me even make it in a gundi. We are creating our pocket. So now this pocket of ours, that means the location of the button is going to be around here. This is where you locate the button for your jacket. That's the flap. So once you're done with that, now you come back to the pocket itself. Now this is a flap, the covering of your pocket. Now we are going to the flap. So for the flap, you come from this side, you go inwards 0.25 inches, which that means you're still coming back to this car line again. This line 0.25. From here you come 0.25, you mark down 4 inches. 4 inches. Depends now how deep you want the pocket to be. So 1 inch is up. So that means here we are marking 1 inch is up. We are marking we are marking 3 inches. Here we mark 3 inches down to 70. Then on this side also 3 inches down Are we getting it? Then from here you mark 3 inches down from this point. You still mark 3 inches what? Down. Then now you connect it in this format. And now if we are to blend to create something, this is our pocket what? Pocket flap. I mean, this is our pocket. Then this is the flap. So let us just increase the weight. So that is how the pocket of our jacket looks like. So this is the pocket, and this one is going to be the flap. So with this, do we have a question? We don't. So that's the position. That's how our pocket will look like when we have stitched it. So now, so that's our back, I mean our front with the pocket where the pocket is placed. Then now after that, there is one step that we have missed. From H, you're marking 1 inch, isn't it? 1 inch, depending on which size, or you can even mark 1.25 inches. Here the sky is the limit, the design is yours. So you can say, let me mark 1 point what? The only 1.5. 1.125 here. The sky is the limit. Then now you square this 1.5 inches all the way to what? You square it all the way to, you square it to point B in that format. That means this one is giving you what? The buttons. So that's the button. So whenever you see these lines, the red lines, those are lines to be what? To be cut. The red line, that's the line to be cut. Kuna question? Hakuna question. So once you experience this, you cut it like the way it is. Then stitch. Then you join it. So for the revision, I think we have come to its end. Then tomorrow we are looking at the sleeve, the sleeves of this, the sleeve of this and the collar for it. We are going to look at them tomorrow. So for today, this is what we have. Thank you so much. We now go back to the review of your dress.